When you want only the best for your pet, check out AbbybellPetDesigns.com. We offer quality products such as floppy beds, crate pads, round pet beds, pillow slip covers, belly bands, and more. All products come in a variety of colors and sizes, guaranteed to satisfy your pet's particular style. Your pet deserves to be pampered, so shop at AbbybellPetDesigns.com. If you don't see the item you want listed in our shop, just drop us a line and we'll be glad to make the product of your pet's dreams. AbbybellPetDesigns.com. Hello, how are you? It's Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday. Hey, Marianne, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, Lisa, Al. Hello, hello, Harper, Shannon, Daniel. Good morning, happy Friday. How is everybody? How's Penny Arcade? Alan, good morning. Rhonda. Good morning. Hey, Carmen, good to see you. As you're inviting people in and retweeting this, I'm going to go ahead and read to you Psalm 149. Sing to the Lord a new song and his praise in the assembly of saints. Let Israel rejoice in their Maker. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their King. Let them praise his name with the dance. Let them sing praises to him with the timbrel and harp. For the Lord takes pleasure in his people. He will beautify the humble with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing loud on their beds. Let the high praises of God be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance on the nations and punishments on the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute on them the written judgment. This honor have all his saints. Praise the Lord. Praise be to God. That's right. And just put in a little little ad for my book. My Ears Are Not Like Yours. You can find it on Amazon.com. So if you're looking for a great children's book to give children a lot of encouragement and a positive message, please consider My Ears Are Not Like Yours. Here's a couple look at some of the pages. So there you go. Yours is freezing, Danielle. Everybody else seems to be doing okay. Maybe go out and come back in. Good morning, Robin. Good to see you. So, a lot in the news as usual. It's on my wish list already. Good, Lisa. Thank you. I have a book in the wish list. Yay! So, okay, so far. Hey, Alan over there, too. I'm good. How are you? Walking so spotty. Oh, okay. Good for you. Get out there walking. Frozen, unfroze. Who knows why? Periscope, Twitter, all the above. Who knows? Hey, Cully. Good to see you. So, President Trump gave his speech this morning from Davos. Did anybody see that? Marlene? It was a really good speech. It wasn't as long as I thought it would be, but it was very good, and he has now departed from Davos. Yes. I know, it's pretty good. America first, but that doesn't mean America alone. I guess that's the new mantra, if you will. Hey, Harper, good to see you. But I thought he did really well. I feel that, his going to Davos, I wasn't all for it in the beginning, but it sounds like it was did Trump get booed? No, I don't think so. I think, Marianne, what happened was when he said something about fake news, there was booing in the crowd. And I think the mainstream media, the mainstream media wanted it to make it look like he got booed. I think they may have been booing about fake news. I don't know. Glad he was safe and on his way back home. I know, Daniel. Me too. And it sounds like he may have talked to a lot of people and started getting some business deals put together. So he was a rock star, Marlene said. It seems that way. Yes, it does. I think people were pretty happy with what they heard. I think the people over there treated him really well. I know the mainstream media said, oh, no red carpet welcome for President Trump. But this wasn't like that he was going to another country that was set up for a meeting specifically to honor the President of the United States. So again, mainstream media likes to spin it and make it look like it was something bad. Yeah, it was a business meeting, Barbara. You're right. Exactly. And it was a good business meeting. And he was talking about somebody that had, hey, Mrs. Vaughn, glad that you're here. It's, it's good to see him going over there, bringing positivity, talking about the United States, having people clap about what he's saying because they agree with him. Thank you for the super heart, Susie. Seeing him do business for the United States, but he was saying that that yeah, I see your thing about the football league. I have no idea about that, whether he's connected to President Trump or not. I don't think that's what President Trump was upset with the NFL. He was upset with the NFL because they were kneeling instead of standing for the pledge and national anthem. He had to set standards, America first, and embrace other nations. Yes, exactly, Penny Arcade. I think people were trying to act like that was excluding everybody, but that wasn't it. Yeah. I know Cully's person was talking about the XFL as if President Trump, the reason he's against the NFL is because he has a friend who's starting the XFL. No, he's not connected to the XFL. Good morning, Chicago Pops. Good to see you. McCone is McMahon, is it? Or is just trying to capitalize on the moment? Or Mac Mahone. I don't know what the guy's name is. I don't watch the NFL, XFL. I don't really care. Everybody probably knows Trump. Anybody in business knows Trump. Anybody who's done, a lot of business, they know Trump. It's no respect is why. So stop making up stories. He does not roll like that. Exactly, Barbara. That's what they're trying to do. Hey, Lee. What are we doing? We are talking about the Davos trip. Hey, Frankie. Good to see you. And how great that was for America. What a great job that he did. I would imagine, do you think he's going to be going to Florida or is he going to fly into D.C.? Any guesses on that? I know it looks like the First Lady is down in Florida. They were trying to make a big deal out of her going down to Florida. That was just awesome. Yep. Hey, Danielle, good to see you. Yeah, it was very good to see him acting very professionally. I tried to watch it on... why were they doing that, Barbara? Talking about her in Florida, or why did she go? Which one? Nobody knows why she went. She probably just went, to a little vacation, went back home. I mean, for the weekend, no doubt. Hey, Renee. And they were trying to make it a big deal. Not only were they trying to make it a big deal, but apparently, cold D.C. or Florida. Florida, yeah, exactly. Good morning. I would absolutely go to Florida. Was so proud of Trump if he sits down one-on-one with Mueller. Why would that make you proud, JJ? Yes, talking he might be coming, so she went home. Yeah. I mean, she probably just went there for the weekend and just decided not to go to Davos. I mean, to me, it wasn't really a good place for the First Lady to go with him to Davos. I'm not sure, she's always a good ambassador with him, no matter where she goes. But I'm just saying, I'm not sure with all of his business meetings why she would have been there. She would have been bored and doing nothing. So, the paint the bedroom, who cares? I know. They were saying that it was due to logistics and schedule conflict. She did go yesterday to honor the victims of Auschwitz. Vince put up his own capital $100 million stipulation must stand for flags and no arrest. Good for Vince. No other First Ladies there to pal around. Well, and again, yeah, Marianne, no need for her to go. I mean, again, if it was a dignitary type thing where they were meeting the president and it was all about the president, that would be different. She has a child, so probably having some quality time. I know. It sounds like she actually spends time with her children, Lee, rather than not knowing where they are. So with Barron, I'm sure she wanted to spend time with him and not go to Davos. They have to make a big deal out of nothing. I was going to say that Michael Wolff, it looks like that, that's the author of that fake book that just came out. He's now claiming that Nikki Haley is having an affair with Trump. We already know that he's smarter than Mueller, so just sitting down with him isn't going to make me believe that he's any smarter. Carmen, it's got to be on your side. Yeah, I know. Nikki Haley said, that's really quite disgusting that you would do that. She's basically saying that she's never even been alone with the president, never been on in his office alone with him, never been on a plane alone with him. This gives you an idea. Hey, Julia, Haley doesn't even like Trump. Probably true, Julia. But the thing of it is, this is this old stereotype that women only get into power by sleeping with powerful men. Is there nothing Democrats will say? No, there isn't anything that they will not stop doing and saying. Haley is an amazing woman. But again, she's not getting credit, right? So Michael Wolff basically said the only way that you got ahead, Nikki Haley, is because you slept with President Trump. I mean, it's disgusting what some men think about the stereotypical women. Yeah, it's okay if nobody really likes Trump. Some people really do like Trump, so. He's not helping the Dems, is he? You mean Michael Wolff? I think he thinks he is. But it's just insane to say stuff like that. And they're saying it, oh, President Trump's helping her get ahead in her career. You know, you wonder then why the Me Too, the Me Too movement keeps going. That's why. You can excuse yourself. We'll let you go. Book failed, so he's going to take another fake story. Agree. Haley did a great job. Yep, as governor. It is basement cleaning day already. I know it's Friday, basement cleaning day. Just now ordered your book from Amazon. A great way to allow us to show support for you. Thank you, Shannon. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. She was a governor before she knew Trump. Exactly. Yes, Wolf, no help with lie after lie. I mean, it's sad to see somebody trying so desperately, kind of like Hillary, to sell a book that you're willing to make up lies and try to get some gossip going about the book. I mean, that's good Lord. Either sell the book or not. Please explain importance of yesterday's PM scope when Winner is in prison. Oh. What happened was I went through the text messages. Is it wrong for me to say that Haley dress with the cutout was inappropriate? I have no idea what you're talking about. Like she needs the money. So yesterday what happened was I looked at some of the text messages that were released by Grassley. Thank you, Barbara. Barbara watched the scope yesterday and the replay of it. I just wanted to see some things, what was in there, kind of try to connect things up. I found some interesting things. One very interesting thing. I don't know if anybody remembers Reality Lee Winner. She was that kind of a junior defense person she was a contractor for the Defense Department that was arrested basically when she admitted that she gave classified information. She leaked it to a news outlet, probably CNN. I don't remember which one it was. And she was one of the first people that was arrested under the Trump administration. So, okay, so you do remember her. Okay, perfect. So when I was looking at the text messages, I noticed that I found an affidavit in support of her arrest. And they were going into court. This was the FBI agent. I think his last name was like Garrick or something like that. It doesn't really matter. But he went into court to secure an arrest warrant for Reality Lee Winner. And this arrest warrant, he went in, it was court stamped, and it was also signed by the judge on June 5th. Hey, Missing Link, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. So June 5th is 2017 is when that arrest warrant was court stamped and when it was also signed by Judge Epps to go and arrest Reality Lee Winner. Well, the interesting thing is if you go to the Justice Department website, you'll find out, and even in the affidavit, let me just read to you, on June 3rd, the person asking for the warrant spoke to Winner at her home in Augusta, Georgia. During that conversation, Winner admitted intentionally identifying and printing the classified intelligence report at issue despite not having a need to know and with knowledge that the intelligence reporting was classified. Winner further admitted removing the classified intelligence reporting from her office space, retaining it, and mailing it from Augusta, Georgia to the news outlet, which she knew was not authorized to receive or possess the documents. Winner further acknowledged that she was aware of the contents of the intelligence reporting and that she knew the contents of the reporting would be used to the injury of the United States and to the advantage of a foreign nation. That June 3rd date was on a Saturday. If you go to the Department of Justice, hey Rick, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Rick is new to the stream. We're on YouTube, we're on Periscope and Facebook Live at the same time, Rick, so you'll hear me repeating what people are saying. Hey Monica, good morning. So on June 3rd, which was a Saturday, right after speaking to her, right after she admitted to the wrongdoing, she was arrested. Remember now that the affidavit for her warrant was issued 2 days later. Why would you be seeking an arrest warrant for somebody that you've already arrested? And the Department of Justice, in a release, says that she was arrested on June 3rd. Doesn't make sense to me at all. I could see going and looking for a search warrant. That's totally different. I could see that 2 days later. But I don't understand why, an arrest warrant. Rhonda, the only reason I'm bringing it up, to me it shows somebody's lying. It doesn't matter. It's really not about her. It's about saying that a person, whoever it was arrested by the FBI on one date, and then they're trying to get an arrest warrant for her 2 days after she's already been arrested. That's what doesn't make sense. Now, also on October 28, 2016, they were talking about, in the text messages, about something being on CNN and something, this is, everybody's watching, do you know about it, that type of thing. And they're saying, yeah, he already knows about it, he's watching, it's coming out on CNN. So I wanted to go back and find out what was going on CNN at that time. I thought I knew, but I wanted to make sure. So it says, news broke on a flight that the FBI was reviewing new emails related to Clinton's personal server. I know, Alan, something definitely smells on this. Alan was saying, yeah, it does. So this is what was happening. News broke on a flight that the FBI was reviewing new emails related to Clinton's personal server. Word of the investigation was met with dumbfounded looks from Clinton staffers. The headline says, the bizarre day that blunted Clinton's good mood. Again, this was the October 28, 2016 event that was happening, that was being talked about in the text messages between Peter Strzok and his mistress, supposed mistress, Lisa Page. News broke on the flight between New York and Iowa that the FBI was reviewing new emails related to Clinton's personal server, bringing an issue they had assumed was behind them back into the campaign. Later in the day, those same aides learned the emails being examined are part of an investigation into Weiner, the estranged husband of Clinton's longtime aide, Uma Abedin. The two separated over the summer, blah, blah, blah. Clinton's flying campaign headquarters, though, kept the nominee, her top aides, and the press cordoned off from the outside world. The plane's unreliable Wi-Fi wasn't functioning at all when the news broke, making it impossible for journalists to know what was going on outside their tube in the sky 30,000 feet over the Midwest. So in other words, they were keeping it all under wraps from the press. They're keeping it from the press. They're maybe even keeping it from Clinton herself. I kind of doubt that. And weren't allowing them to know that information, probably so they couldn't communicate with anybody. Still talking about Hillary. If the right cared so much about America, then why is a traitor still in office? You mean Hillary? Hillary's not in office. But anyway, before the news broke, Clinton's top aides spoke to reporters in flight, touting the fact that their candidate planned to visit Arizona, a traditionally red state, and early voting that proved their base of women, minority, and young voters were turning out in record numbers. So it's just kind of interesting to go back and see what they were talking about in the text messages, and then they were concerned about, I wonder if Hillary, they were saying, if she's going to be mad at us because, she's going to be president someday, and they were trying to make sure that she wasn't going to be mad at them because that they didn't want to get in trouble with her. So, I just think it's very interesting. Anyone who borders Mexico would not say dumb stuff about cost of the wall. Yeah, Rhonda, exactly. If anybody lived like in San Diego, they would understand what the border is all about. Sorry for being late. Was working on a problem for the boss. No problem, Monica. So, if you go back and you just kind of look at the text messages and you don't really, hey, Monique, kind of go around and look for things. You don't really know what they were talking about and on that particular day. I just can't understand how you can still defend Hillary. Nobody's defending Hillary. Go away, Mike. Go back to the basement. Yeah, I know, Rhonda. There is some trolls in here. Their moms are cleaning out basements, so they wanted to go somewhere. They came into scopes. I'm sure they're going into everybody else's scopes too. So kind of ignore them. When they want to come in and talk poorly about Donald Trump, then they can go because this is a scope. Pot profile. I wonder why, Cully. I wonder why they have that profile. This is our scope. It's for our enjoyment, our talking. We're not in here to have this huge debate between Hillary and Donald Trump and who Donald Trump is and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Molly said they need to get a job. So if you want to go and, have an argument with somebody, go to another scope. If you want to go to a Hillary scope, go to another scope. You're in the wrong place. We wish you well, but we're not here to, have a talk with this. We're here to enjoy ourselves. I know that's unusual. We love Susan, Monica said. Thank you, Monica. Okay, so here's some odd news, and I wanted to bring this up just because it's so odd, and it also shows you how the left continues to go after people. Glad to have you here, Rick. I watch every day. Susan is great. Thank you, Rob. And Rick, welcome. And again, we're on YouTube, we're on Periscope, and Facebook Live as well. I realize some trolls have names that will cause us to get locked out when responding to. Huh. That's weird, Rhonda. Hey, Alexis. Okay, so here's the other thing that I wanted to talk about. First time, did you, me? How are you? Yeah, if you say me's total name, that probably would get you blocked out. So that's why I'm saying the first name. Yes, exactly, Rhonda. So there's a dating app out there called, I guess it's called Bumble or something like that. And this was written by an article that I found online. This is just coming out, and it's about Jack Posobiec. Now, let me just say right up front, Jack Posobiec has flatly denied any of and all of what I'm about ready to tell you. So, but I want to bring it out to show you the links that people will go after other individuals because they're on the right. The dating app, the headline is sort of dating app bars white nationalist Jack Posobiec. Okay, so you know right away who they side with. Hey, Josette, good morning. You're glowing that God's goodness all over you. Thank you, Josette. Yeah, Jack is. This stuff I don't believe, but anyway, they said he's a married white nationalist. Bumble removed him from the account because he was married and because not because he was married, because he's a white nationalist, according to them. And again, Jack denied that the account even belonged to him. But they were saying yes, but it connects back to his Facebook. However, the profile was inactive since sometime in 2016. And Jack, as you know, is married, like Barbara's saying, and they're expecting a baby. And I don't know Jack personally, but I would say this is bullcrap, just to put it politely as I can. Jack said that he is fighting back. He's going to be filing an identity theft report with the FBI over fraudulent accounts made of him online. And he said it's criminal fraud, and he's going to pursue them. And I'm saying good for Jack, because when, the other day I had somebody make up an account with my profile picture on it. And I think all of us, when stuff like that happens, we need to get tough and we need to go after these people. And good for Jack for doing that. And, they need to get over Jack, calling Jack a white nationalist. And if I were Jack, I would go after them for that as well. Yep, he's a Navy veteran. He's been in intelligence. As he said, he has a hot wife from the East European wife or something like that, and they're both just a cute couple. Yeah, he is a conservative. He's not. I think the reason that he got that title again was hanging around with Cernovich and being they're calling them the alt-right in the beginning, and so that's why all of that started. And unfortunately, Jack got connected to that. He just got married, and no way I believe that. I know Monica, and they're expecting a child. Jack, again, I don't know Jack personally. Jack Prosopic, he's on Periscope. Just seeing Jack, Jack would be one of the last people that I would ever suspect of having an affair on his wife that he just married. I couldn't see it. I could be totally wrong, but I would bet the farm on it that he's not doing anything he shouldn't be doing. Yeah. I just distanced himself from Cernovich. Joyce said, well, I think he kind of has. He doesn't do a lot of stuff with Cernovich anymore. Yes, Barbara said he comes from good stock and his dad is cool. Again, in the beginning, I think he was hanging around with Cernovich. They were hanging around with Baked Alaska, and on and on. Wasn't maybe a great thing. Jack met his wife at Bible study, Shannon said. He just got married. No, yeah, that's the thing about Jack. I've seen nothing that would make me even think, from watching him on Scopes and hearing about his life, it would make me think that he'd even possibly do anything like that. But I wanted you to know it in case you see it, because it is out there. And Monica says she doesn't care very much for Cernovich. And I think, again, it's good that Jack is going to pursue this and get this to stop. Down except Cerno. I don't know what that means, Barbara. Will you all keep praying for my new job for my husband, Glenn? Please leaving the job due to an ethical issue. Yes, Rhonda. Everybody, please pray for Rhonda's husband to get a new job. Jack was in the military. He's a Christian. He did meet his wife in Bible study. Yeah, he was a Navy officer. Got to get ready for work. Have a great day. Thank you, Harper, for coming in. Cernovich has a freedom party, which Chelsea Manning was invited to. Cernovich full of ego, Joyce said. Yeah, I don't really follow Cernovich. I see Jack from time to time, but again, I think that got Jack sort of connected with an image that he may not have wanted, but now he needs to stop that image from going forward by suing these people. Did you run your bad account down to see who it was? Yes, I reported it, so I think I'm pretty sure I know who it is. Hey, Robin. Good morning, Cajun lady. How are you? All right, so let's go on with other news. And again, good for Jack. If you see anything like that online, just know it's BS. They try to tie them all with Richard Spencer. Exactly. Hey, Robin. Well, Chelsea bought tickets to Cerno, let a lot of people in for PR. You know him, Barbara said. And everybody's praying for you, Rhonda, as well. Okay, so the U.S. Olympic Committee CEO has asked all the board of directors of the USAG to resign by February the 28th, or he says the USA Gymnastics will lose its status as a sports governing body. So 3 top board of directors have already resigned earlier this week, and the CEO says that the group needs fundamental rebuilding, and that's all because of that doctor who convicted of molesting all of those gymnasts that came forward the other day. I guess there were tons of them who came out against him, and he was sentenced to 175 years. Probably not enough time, but for what he did. But still, he absolutely doesn't seem to get it either. Thank you for the prayers, Barbara, for everybody in the scope. Thank you so much. And everybody in YouTube and Facebook. So, yeah, the doctor was absolutely disgusting. I found a guy in Las Vegas that is doing bad accounts, Wayne said. Wow. Definitely not enough. Carmen said, yeah, not enough. The Dow opened with record highs again. Coaches need to be gone. They had to know he molested 150 girls throughout the years. Susie, what a sick individual, you know. And you know the what was it, University of Michigan? The lady, the president, she's resigned because of it. They're saying these people knew or should have known that he was doing this, and it's so sad because you know these the parents send their children off typically by themselves to go train with all of these people, these coaches and doctors and all that, and there's nobody there to look after them. After my son reads your book, I'm going to donate it to his school's book drive for less fortunate kids. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you so much. God bless you for that. That's great. You know, this book that I wrote, the My Ears Are Not Like Yours, basically it's to give kids encouragement for, you know, a positive message to let them know who they are and to love themselves. And that no matter what somebody says about them, you know, the kids can be really tough on other kids. And this is a way to let kids know who they are, that they should love themselves and what really matters, and not to listen to other people about, you know, putting them down or whatever. So I hope that kids really get that message. And I don't want to wait till kids are teenagers before that happens. We need to start telling kids about that now. So when they get older, they can let it roll off. I had kids that I treated as young as 8 years old with body image issues because other kids were telling them at age 8 that they were too fat, that they didn't look like the other kids, that they weren't good enough. And, you know, that's horrific at any age. Think your book is awesome. This needs to be told. Thank you, Lee. It's a, you know, teleport. Robin missed a comment because she was sneezing. This book is like a 24 page book. If you're under 9 years of age, or if your child's under 9, you're going to have to read it to them. But if they're 9, they can read it themselves, and they should reread it. I mean, it's in terms of, you know, a little dog and the adventure this dog goes through, and what this dog learns through that adventure. And I think kids will understand it, they'll get it, and they'll apply it to themselves. So sad that he got away with what he did for decades unnoticed. He deserves everything they throw at him. Glad he will never be able to harm another girl. Yes, Monique, and he didn't really seem to understand it. He's like, well, I don't understand. How come they just keep coming back? You know, if I'm so bad, why do they keep coming back to see me? Ugh. Individual with a very sick mind. So anyway, glad that he's away for 175 years. He's going to have a terrible time in prison. Yep. Might get a copy for myself too, Lee said. My 7-year-old granddaughter can read very well. Great, Barbara. She'll do just fine in that book. So there's another leaked document. Again, I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt. Everything that's leaked is typically not the truth anymore. But Politico has talked about a leaked document that reveals that Trump wants to leave Gitmo open, and I'm fine with that. If you want to leave it open, that's great. And that came from the State Department, supposedly. He's going to be signing an executive order that will leave Gitmo open. That's President Trump. And currently they say that 41 terrorists are still there. As you know, under Obama, every time that he would let a terrorist go, they would typically cause issues and sometimes would kill people. I know that's hard to believe. If everybody hasn't done this already, if you would retweet and share, we're past the halfway point. So, weird that the leaks are starting to come back. I know, isn't it? I can't even keep track of all the corruption. I know, Robin, you can't. I mean, every day it's something new. The only thing I know is release the memo, release the memo, release the memo. We have people we want to send. Yeah. I need a playbook. You do, but you'd have to update that playbook every day. It's obvious why Gitmo is going to remain open. Exactly, Joyce. We're getting ready to order 3 books for our nieces, and my own niece who has 2 little ones can't wait to get them. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, thank you. Really appreciate that. Yeah. it's funny. We get a little bit away from Russia, just a little bit. We have to, but we're going back to Russia now. We're going back to the leaks. We're going back to where we were. We need a Gitmo for Hollywood pedos, Shannon said. Yeah, we do have an issue that really needs to be taken care of. People who talked about, it came out in the news yesterday that President Trump was wanted to fire Mueller last, I guess, June or whatever. He was talked out of it. Somebody threatened to resign if he fired Mueller. And he came out, I think it was today or late yesterday, and said, I didn't do any of that. I didn't threaten to fire Mueller. Why is the memo so important? We all know media lies and the leftists are ungodly people. It's not about the media that's in the memo. It's about probably people higher ups, really high up. Maybe Obama, Hillary Clinton, the FBI, the DOJ. We don't know because we haven't seen it. But those type of people are mentioned supposedly in that memo. Do you think Hillary will be placed in Gitmo? No, Jake, I don't. I think with Gitmo, you're not going to see typically American citizens placed there. They can be held there for briefly, I guess, if they brought them in from foreign countries, but they're not. Citizens have rights that they need to be in the United States for. Hey, Spencer, they will say or print anything to discredit our president. Absolutely, absolutely anything. So you wrote children's book. How cool may be you could write another one. Wow, you have many talents. Thanks, Josette. Yeah, it's available on Amazon.com. Memo will reveal the corruption and abuses of government agencies. Now we need to pray John Kerry won't run for White House. If he does, I don't think he would win. They can have tribunals there at the Gitmo. They can, Joyce, but it's kind of unlikely that they would do it. And they got to have a really good reason to do that. Hey, Keith, it's good to see you. Speaking of leaks, Susan, do you think the ML arrest under Trump's administration could have stood for media leak arrest of reality winner? Yeah, I don't know, Monique, what that meant in the text messages. He said that was the first ML leak of the Trump era. That could have been mainstream media leak. It could have also been major league. I don't know what ML was, but it's capitalized, so it could be media leak. I don't know. Yes, treason and sedition are great reasons, but I just don't think, I think it would be really difficult to justify having American citizens being held at Gitmo. Yeah, I know, we can hope. I know, Alan. Military leak, maybe. Could have been that too. There's so many things it could have been. And, the best thing to do would be, I don't know, depose Strzok and depose Lisa. If you can get them for some crime in order to file against them. Maybe like, I don't know, putting classified information out on their phones. I mean, I don't know enough about what they've actually said, but somebody needs to be looking into that. Kelly lost before and he will lose again. He's a loser, Spencer said. Yeah, John Kerry going out and talking to the Palestinians and doing peace deals, agreements, trying to help them out with their peace agreements behind President Trump's back. I don't, as I said yesterday, I'm not against Trump at all. Why would you even think that? Kerry is near the age of President Trump, I think. But anyway, Kerry doing that is absolutely ridiculous. And when you think about it, Kerry's not doing that on his own. So who's paying for him to do that? Who's he working for? Is it former President Obama? Is it George Soros? Is it both? Who's he working for? And what interest do they have in going over? Exactly, Penny Arcade. That's kind of what I said. Is he still on the payroll? Why would they have interest in going over to talk to the Palestinians? Kerry is scary. Yes, Daniel. Yep, Soros. Could be, I always thought that Obama was, connected to Soros, so they would all be working together. Take away all security clearance from Obama, Clinton, Jarrett, and company. Soros paying Kerry. Yeah, all of these people. You talk about a security clearance. As far as we know, Strzok still has his security clearance, and so does Lisa Page. Treason has a definition for all of these people working against the Republic. Exactly, Barb. I would have to guess Obama and Soros, Monique said. Yep. Kerry is a traitor and he continues to betray our country, Cajun lady said. Yep. Disgraceful that they still act like they are in charge, Julia said. Kerry and Gore are in the same category. Ugh. Yeah. I think Kerry is more of a, treasonous actions, potential treasonous actions, than Gore. Gore is just a climate change nut. But it is interesting to go back and know how the interview of Hillary was conducted, how all of these immunities were handed out. It's ridiculous. I believe that the world is waking up to the evil of Soros. I think so too. Slowly and surely they are, Shannon. But if you look at all of the interview and how that was conducted, was it even conducted under oath? Who does that? I watched Soros' speech at Davos. He guaranteed victory for Dems in 2018 and 2020. Oh. There's a guy, I mean, he just, evil lives a long time. And this guy, it's just like he doesn't go away. Shouldn't he be? I know he looks like he's 121. He's got to be in his 80s, late 80s or something like that. But Robin, even if he goes, he spawned a son. So, I mean, that Soros blood is going to be around for a long time. Did you see the 38-year-old lady running for Finland president? She supports Finn exit and supports Trump. Good. Spawn of Satan, Robin. His son is bad too. Yep, Danielle, that's what I meant by he spawned a son. His son is as bad as him. With over 300,000 released memo tweets last I looked, there's a reason they withhold it. Absolutely, Barb. And this BS about, oh, we're going to wait until mid-March to give it to you. And, oh, wait, it's just Russian bots. And we want Facebook and Twitter to look into that. And by the way, that report was due to Feinstein and Adam Schiff today from Facebook and Twitter. Think we'll hear about it? I kind of doubt it. It is Friday, so there may be a Friday dump about it. Something that can leave you thinking that they were Russian bots, so that you will not talk about it, about releasing the memo. But we have to keep that up and release the memo. Just keep going with it. Thought it was interesting, too. Dinesh D'Souza says he obtained his file from the House Intel Committee, and it shows that the FBI red flagged him as a critic of Obama and allocated $100,000 to investigate his $20,000 case. Even though I don't like him, I often pray for Soros that he lets Jesus into his life. Well, Shannon, that's what we're supposed to do. Yep, the Freaky Friday dumps. Gore's firm, Gore and Blood Limited of London, make a living by selling carbon credits. Scam from top to bottom, Spencer said. Unbelievable. He's been quiet lately or not seeing his stream. Yeah, Dinesh, I had to look up his stream to see that on the timeline. The Hawaiian button pusher, remember him? Everybody else is kind of cooperating with the federal and internal investigations, but the Hawaiian button pusher is not cooperating. Why? Hey, Jerry. So that's interesting. Hawaiian bot. Yep. I guess he's afraid that something's going to happen. It is fishy, Susie. Are we surprised? At some point, when do people actually understand that evil is a real entity working here? Barb, hopefully really soon, because it's going to be way too late if they don't wake up pretty soon. Was he directed to push that button? I know, Cajun. You wonder if he did it on his own. Did somebody pay him to do it? Did somebody within the organization, somebody outside of the organization? And if you got something that you feel that you may be in trouble, then get an attorney. It's amazing how much hate and fragmentation there is in the U.S. right now. Cousin, that's been around for about the last 8 years. That was made worse under Obama. Alexis thinks, no, it was a mistake. You think it was a mistake, Alexis? After I heard that there were about 5 different steps that you have to get to in order to push that button, I don't see how it was a mistake. Playing with the dog will not let me text Juan's attention. Oh, that's crazy, Barbara. So, I mean, if it were just one button sitting there, I could kind of get it. But if you have to go through like 5 steps, I heard Robert Steele, ex-CIA guy, has videos saying it was a real attack thwarted. I've heard that too, Jerry. I've heard that a lot from conspiracy type theorists, that there was a real attack underway. I don't know what to believe regards to that. I think he was directed to push it, and they thought Trump would react and launch in retaliation. Could have been Cajun. Could have been. You just never know. Gotta run. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Danielle. Thanks for coming in. Oh, please, I waited 30 minutes to correct because I forgot my password. Yeah, they were saying, what was it in where was it? They didn't know the password. That's why it took so long. Was it there or no, it was someplace else? I can't remember. The military and civil defense were on because if launch a month previous. Not sure about what that means. Soros missed my prayer list, but I'll gladly pass any request for him on to another prayer warrior. Monique said, it's complicated. Okay. Let's see. Representative Patrick Meehan, remember he's from Pennsylvania. I talked about that the other day, that they were going to launch an ethics investigation. Paul Ryan was. Well, he's now said that he will not seek re-election following the sexual misconduct claims. He allegedly used taxpayer money to fund the settlement to this former aide. And I guess what he did, he admitted to telling the former aide that she was his soulmate. And he says that he acted selfishly. He admitted that in a letter, and that was on Fox. So there's another one down for Republicans. So we're losing them. We're losing people right and left here. Not good. We need to put good Republicans back in there and pretty quickly. And not only, we need Republicans who can win. Patrick Meehan, Meehan from Pennsylvania. It's one thing we have to be careful when we're starting to back candidates. You've got to know that these candidates have a chance of winning. So, why not a single arrest? Think about this. A single arrest for what, Barbie? I missed your conversation a minute ago. So, single arrest for what? For crimes? And clean history would help, yes. And clean history would help, Jerry. There is somebody that's going to be maybe running for governor of Arkansas. Her name is Jan Morgan. I know that she's interested in running for that position. You may want to start looking her up now and learning about her. She was on my show, one of the first shows I ever did a couple years ago. She is a real Second Amendment advocate. She has a gun range that she runs. She teaches gun safety and everything else. She's a big supporter of the president. She's been on Fox News as a correspondent. Yeah, she's good, Barbara. So learn more about her and see if you can get behind her, those that live in Arkansas. My pastor is recommending Ben Sass's new book, The Vanishing American Adult. You saw her ads. Okay, I haven't seen any. Of course, we're not going to have them in California because she's Republican. Wouldn't possibly have that here. What about the executive order? It ends this month. Do you know of any arrests here connected to Pedigate? No. And Susie, nobody's even proved Pedigate. No arrests for McCabe and others. No, McCabe is probably not going to be arrested. What about the picture with Obama and then the Nation Islam? Don't you just love that? The photographer took that picture of him with Louis Farrakhan. This is Obama and Louis Farrakhan together, smiling, happy, happy, happy in 2005. And he held on to it. Julia said, I would not put any money in Ben Sass's pocket. The photographer held on to that photograph because he didn't want to ruin Obama's career. But it's okay that he wanted to ruin America and keep quiet about it, and that's what he did. If this Me Too thing keeps working, the left will keep using it. Alan, that made no sense at all. And also, here's something new. Photographer was interviewed on Tucker last night. Yes, MSM, we know, is compromised, Jerry said. He was asked for the original photograph. Did he have it, Robin? I doubt he would show anybody that. Okay, Monique, have a good one. God bless you, and thank you so much for all you do. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you, Monique. We know he's born in Marlene, I won't repeat that. Good news in California, Jerry Brown gave his last State of the State speech yesterday. And Chicago Pops, even better news, I didn't listen to it. In California, there's a new bill that's been put into play by one of the top Democrats, Ian Calderon. He's the Democratic Majority Leader in California's lower state house. He is, the new bill, if passed, if you're a restaurant and you give somebody a straw without them first asking for the straw, then you could be fined up to $1,000 and spend 6 months in jail. If you think I'm kidding, I'm not. Yes, Cajun lady, yes. So basically, it's unbelievable. Is that straw assault? Yes. Ridiculous? Yep, I'm not kidding. They argued that straws are plastic and that it's used just once and never recycled, and called the bill a simple way for consumers to change their plastic use behavior. Who thinks these things up? Progressive, left-wing, elitist, globalists. Straw-armed assault. There you go. They said we need to create awareness around the issue of one-time use plastic straws and its detrimental effects on our landfills, waterways, and oceans. And it said that in a statement, it's not a ban on plastic straws. It's a small step towards curbing our reliance on these convenience products, which will hopefully contribute to a change in consumer attitudes and usage. Can't restaurants recycle them? Yeah, Julia, I don't know. Bring your own straw. Yeah, they don't want to go back to paper straw. Why should we have to go back to something? There goes my stock in plastic straws. I know, Big Al. Sheesh. I have glass straws from Glass Dharma. Seriously, the diapers in the landfills probably are so much more worse than the straws. But we're not going to say anything about that because it's about children. But we'll talk about straws because 2030 Agenda wants you and me, and again, it starts in California and heads your way, but Agenda 2030 wants you to change your habits, to look at the world as, one big place, to look at California as a part of the global existence. Diapers are far worse. They need to take the straw out of their own eye first. Thank you, Robin. That was a good one. Amen, Susan Monica said. Being sent to jail for giving someone a plastic straw, inconceivable. Rick, it is unless you've ever been to California. And then you know. And, right now in California, unless we're willing to pay for plastic bags, we don't get plastic bags at the store. You either bring your own bags or you pay for them. Toilet paper is next. What? A bidet, right? We all should have that. We shouldn't be using that. And then when we have that, let's not use water in it. Pretty soon we're going to be doing, never mind. I know we shouldn't go back, but it takes the wind out of their sails. The diaper attack is coming, probably, Ellen. It's crazy. Recycling is a scam. You waste more resources to recycle. That happened in the UK when I was on vacation, Lee said. Toilet paper is biodegradable. I believe in people who want to do these things and recycle. Great. God forbid if Democrats get back in. I know, Danielle. But if you will just, let people do what they want to do. No, I haven't, Shannon, not yet. Let people do what they want to do and let them voluntarily do it. I have no problems with it. It's the forcing people, and now we're getting to the point we're going to jail you if you do something wrong. These are the same people that have a sanctuary city and a sanctuary state called California, and you're going to arrest a restaurant owner for giving somebody a straw when they didn't ask for it. You have some gall in doing that. Oh, my gosh. Whew. Anyway, China, I know. Robin, I tell you what, I don't want to get too excited. It's Friday. Live in the country, we recycle tons, otherwise we burn trash. Julia, if you try to burn anything here, You would have the handcuffs slapped on you so fast and taken away, you wouldn't even know what happened. You'd be getting the match out to set the fire, and you'd be gone to jail. Were you, Edgar? You haven't lived until you've seen barges full of plastic bags in New York. Yeah, I know, Alexis. As I'm saying, I know it's a problem, but we don't jail people for things like that. I have a burned barrel in my backyard. God bless Kentucky. I know. Boy, you wouldn't have a burned barrel here. You'd be burned if you had a burned barrel here. Let me tell you. So China has cloned monkeys. They're cloning them from the same techniques as Dolly the lamb, or Dolly the sheep, whatever. Remember the troubles that Dolly had? Well, now they have monkeys. Jail should not be on the table. I know, Alexis, it's crazy. So I'm wondering, when people are going to be next. When are they going to start cloning people? It's coming. It's coming. And the fact that they're already cloning monkeys, China is totally disgraceful. Well, Lee, I mean, I have a confession. I hate monkeys. All right, Robin. Well, you and Michael Jackson would never have gotten along together because he had monkeys and he loved them. So people are soon. We are the next step. Exactly, Carmen. And don't think that it might not already be happening and in the process. You're just not being told about it. Alan said straws are biodegradable also. Yeah, they do have some, Alan, but if they're plastic, I guess they're not. But ban plastic bags. We only use cloth or paper. You really think cloned people don't already exist? That's what I'm saying, Barbara. I mean, I think that it's probably in the works. I don't know that they already exist, but it's definitely in the works. And Jerry thinks it's done in secret, too. I also worry about how hard they are trying to perfect holograms can be used to deceive. Yes, Shannon. I bet China already cloned someone. You read my mind. Hey, Joe, how are you? I need a clone. Well, I mean, look at this. Aren't you getting kind of ready for clones? Aren't they preparing us? I mean, we already have somebody that kind of does the thinking for you, right? All those that have Alexa, you're kind of being sort of programmed to ask somebody to do your thinking for you. No, Cajun lady, that's spelled differently. It's not clone, it's spelled differently. What if they clone Jerry Brown? Oh. No Alexa in my house. Creepy, not in my house. Me either, Lee. The only reason they clone anything is because the rich, like Soros, never want to die. Exactly. It's called transhumanism. Sorry. Want a Rosie? Yeah, we'll clone Rosie O'Donnell. If they clone people, I only hope it is people in these scopes need more good hearted people. Yes, holograms can be reflected in the chemtrail clouds. This will scare mass populations, Barbie said. Yeah, transhumanism. Transhumanism is huge. Clone Trump, make America twice as great. Great, Sabu. I like that. No made from Jetsos. I don't know, Barbara, I think you meant something else. I know, let's start cloning Republicans. I got Alexa, had her one day send Alexa home to Bed Bath. Good for you. Get that thing out of your house. Oh, Jetsons. Are clones illegal? You can't do that in the United States. Supposedly. Human clones, anyway. God will curse every one of them. They are counterfeit, trying to outdo God. Yes. Trying to make something perfect when God doesn't make something perfect, right? It makes humans, and we're not perfect. Neither are animals. And they want to do better than God. Not only that, but they want to prolong their life. Not when God says they should die, but when they say they should die. God don't make no junk, Robin said, that's for sure. Yeah, but transhumanism is all about being gods, really, because they'll create people the way they want. They can also prolong people's lives and such like that. Used to want to be just like that, Jetsons. How funny. Yeah. God doesn't make mistakes. That's true. Psalm 139, so comforting. And so is Psalm 143 as well, Robin. I tell you, a lot of craziness in the world right now. So let's kind of end on a funny note. You see, a uterus was made out of pig intestine. Oh, my gosh. Cher had the audacity the other day to slam Sarah Sanders for her wardrobe. You too, Lee. Have a blessed weekend. She said that Sarah Sanders' wardrobe looked like it was from the Sister Wives. Amen. Trying to outdo God. Yep, that's what they're doing. And then she tried to say it was just a joke, but people on Twitter went after her and put all the times that she was half naked in her clothing and looked really bad. Uh, but I say that people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. So anyway, clone Mueller so we can get Hillary out faster. Thanks, Doug. He didn't say that, but I know that's what he wanted to say. Anyway, I know can't stand Cher. Sarah is a rock star. Thank you guys so much for coming by today. Thank you for your support. Don't forget, My Ears Are Not Like Yours. It's available on Amazon.com. Get it for your kids, your grandkids, nieces, nephews, friends, anybody. Teaching kids about feeling positive about themselves. It's a positive message. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend. God bless you. We'll see you again on Monday. Take care. All right, everybody on YouTube, thanks so much. And thank you, Rick, for being here. Hope you come back. We'll see you on Monday. Thank you, everybody. God bless. Take care.